another unboxing, and there's only one cube in this package, although there are a few things that I want to try at the same time, which is why I chose like this specific store and so on. But yeah, for those of you who don't know already, I actually have plans to make a Master Kilomings. So yeah, these are just regular Kilomings stickers because firstly I planned the Master Kilomings to be a bit toward the small side, and secondly I couldn't find like actual Master Kilomings stickers on Speedy Shop's website. So yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I chose Speedy Shop. They're like one of the few places I can find left that still sell stickers of dodecahedral puzzles. The main thing of this whole unboxing is this cube here. There's quite a number of reasons why I want to try this cube. It's like the Meilong 5x5, because I do think the Ultron WRM is a bit on the heavier side, so I wanted to use a lighter cube. Second and third thing that I just want to try is firstly just a premium setup service, because I've actually never bought a premium cube. Okay, so here's the cube. Usually I just set up the cubes my own way. Wait, I have a feeling I didn't actually wrote this logo. I changed my order to a different logo, but I think that's okay. I probably have like 9 years or so of experience of lubing cubes the modern way. By modern way, I mean not the 2008 methods. Of course, the third reason is I just wanted to try the PVC coating. Right off the box, it's extremely oily to touch, and the cube is quite slow and gummy. So I will probably wipe this. This feels a bit like unboxing an old Sheng puzzle, except it's supposed to be a cube that is properly set up. Speaking of the Meilong 5, some of you may not be aware, but there are actually two versions. I know some people watching my channel already know this, but the picture on the box is actually the Meilong 5 version 1, whereas the actual cube being sold is the Meilong 5 version 2. The version 1 has a one piece corner roots and very large double anchor, whereas the version 2 is a copy paste of the Meilong 4's mechanism, and the corner piece actually splits into 3 all the way down, just like it does on the Meilong 4. It doesn't have a head that splits into 3 and the root is a single piece. Okay, so I've used the Supernova PVC Meilong 5 for one day. I did two main things to it. The first is I changed the logo. I checked the order records. I thought I ordered the standard STS logo, but apparently in the records it said Supernova. But then I just put the Moi logo there. It kind of looked like the sequel to the Ultron WRM that I was hoping to get, because some of you would have heard me say this remark before, but like I actually wrote somewhere that the Ultron WRM is a little bit slow and heavy compared to like other brands 5x5 and some of the other newer cubes. And the cube is released all the way back in 2019, and Moi has already proven themselves capable of taking the same number of pieces found in the 7x7 and packing it into a volume very comparable to other brands 5x5s, and still making this whole thing very fast, very light and very stable. So I do think it's well within their means to make a good 5x5 to succeed the Ultron WRM, and I kind of want to go for that look as well. And then the Meilong 5, like part of the reason why I got it is just it's really light, really fast, and of course it doesn't reverse corner cut as well as the flagship cubes, but it's just really satisfying to turn. I have a competition tomorrow, and I don't think I'm going to use this at all as my competing cube, but it's definitely a very fun like travel cube or warm-up cube, and definitely a very satisfying cube to turn. So yeah, the top two cubes that I'm probably going to use are these two. And the second thing I did to this cube is called corner magnetization. Like, I know this is a premium cube and you're not supposed to disassemble it and accidentally touch the internals, which will cause it to lose some of the original loop that the premium service has done. But honestly, I think this cube is overlooped. And in fact, right now I still think it's overlooped. After I reassembled everything, it still was leaking out factory loop. So like, what's the point of putting in so much loop if some of it is going to leak out? I think all the leaked out loop is just wasted. And it also makes the experience of using the cube a lot less pleasant, because I have to constantly wipe the cube every now and then. And usually with those factory cubes that feel as if they have been like just submerged into a tank of factory loop, like when you get a factory cube that feels like that, one of the possible options I have is to go completely clean up and put in my own loop. But in this case, it's not factory loop, it's a premium service, so I just had to bear with it and use the cube as lube was leaking out, and it also affected my ability to enjoy the PVC coating to the fullest, because I know the PVC coating is really nice. It's one of the things I wanted to try. So with regards to trying out a premium service for the first time, yeah, I would say I'm actually not impressed. But then of course, like, you won't know something until you try it, so I at least wanted to give a premium service a try. And since I wanted to get a handful of like rare things from from Speedy shop that I couldn't find elsewhere, such I might as well just add on their premium service. I do think that there is a few goals that they want to achieve, and it's just that I kind of disagree with how they've done some certain things. I'll probably use a higher viscosity lube and use a much smaller amount. I do think like that can also achieve a similar speed after sufficient break-in. Of course, the break-in time, the negative thing is the break-in time would have been longer, but then the positive thing is you won't constantly have lube leaking out. And I do think because of the higher viscosity, the longevity problem would probably be settled. You don't dunk so much. Other than that, I do think this cube is just satisfying to turn and use. Probably not main worthy yet, but I've only used it for one day. Who knows how much it can improve in the future.